Tommy Sotomayor has been online on YouTube for a long time. You know, he started to make his ascension up amongst the ranks around 2010. He would come online and he would say a lot of stuff about black women. Now, at that time, you had Sinetta TV, people like Cynthia G, but then you had Tommy Sotomayor. And Tommy Sotomayor was like the guy that brought to YouTube some of the stuff that we would say in the barbershops, some of the stuff that we would say in the hood. Because in every barbershop, every hood, every family, you had like that raccoon or that Sambo, like that guy that was just, he just, they were so hurt by the black community. You know, they had a hatred for their own people. So anything that we talked about, the unification of black people, they was against it. And Tommy Sotomayor came to YouTube, and what he did was he found out that it was very lucrative on social media as a black man disrespecting black women. You could talk about all the things black women do, and some people come on here and say things he say is the truth, things he say is fake, and they'll start to follow him. But you don't need Tommy Sotomayor to tell you about certain things that go on in the hood and follow him, because Tommy Sotomayor is an enemy to his own message. All he doing is regurgitating and repeating stuff that we said in the hood every day. Both black men and black women said about each other. But he came onto YouTube and he really became like an internet sensation. He had a lot of black men following him and listening to him, a lot of black women that hated him because he said stuff like this.
These young boys are acting just like the black women that bore them. See, if you talk to a black woman right now, no matter what she does, it's not wrong. So you watch these dudes sit up here and they have no remorse for what they're doing. And then you wonder why people shoot them. Well, let me point something out. People didn't like what I said in the knockout game video. When I said if you see these little coming at you, you should probably shoot them. Well, if this woman had a gun and she had followed my advice, we'd have one less to worry about instead of another violent on the street. Now, of course, Barack Obama likes to tell you we need to ban guns. Well, let me put this out to Barack Obama and help him out. You could stop more crime, Barack Obama, if you just ban guns. You can keep the guns, just ban guns. Now, I understand what you're thinking. He's black. How can he say that? I understand that the world might not even know the difference between blacks and niggers. And at this point, I'm willing to take the sacrifice. I'm willing to say that if they just decided to just find out all the jackasses who were raised by these jackass who give them jackass names because they were born with jackass names. If you don't know who your mother baby daddy is, that's not your mother man. You brought that kid into the world and you already didn't have no money. You brought that kid into the world when he said he don't want it. You a
So as I told you, Tommy Sotomayor made a lot of money talking about black women to the world. But the thing is, Tommy Sotomayor will go over there with the W folks and echo their sentiments and basically double down on all the things historically that they said about us. But at the same time, Tommy Sotomayor was the one doing porn. Tommy Sotomayor was the one that made a black woman a single mom. Tommy Sotomayor was supposed to come out with a documentary called A Fatherless America. And he would go on and talk about the fatherless community, but he would only talk about the black woman, not realizing that in the house of dysfunction, the black man is just as dysfunctional as the black woman. We're both dysfunctional. The black woman is, listen, I don't need Tommy Sotomayor. I come from the hoods of Philly. I know what I see what a lot of, not all, but a lot of our women do, ratchet as hell. But I know that the black man is just as selfish and ratchet as he want to be as well, because the standards in the black community and the bar has been set very low on both sides, and there's been very low expectations. But there's a YouTuber and a lawyer, attorney, civil rights attorney by the name of, was it New Possibilities? He spoke out on Tommy Sotomayor. Because like I told you, Tommy Sotomayor had a big following of hypocrites, a big following of men that will follow Tommy Sotomayor, but they don't want to take responsibility for themselves and the things. And like I said, you got a lot of ratchet, out of control, disgusting black women, but you got a lot of downright ratchet, out of control black men that put babies in women and don't care, kill each other. We just got a whole aspect of dysfunction in a certain aspect of our community. That's not a representation of everybody, but it sure permeates through the community. But this is what New Possibilities said.
So Tommy Sotomayor finally released his film, Fatherless America. And I noticed that a couple of YouTubers that I'm subscribed to have been talking about this particular issue. And I want to chime in and share my thoughts about this particular project and just about Tommy, period. Number one, I will not be watching Fatherless America, and I encourage people not to watch it. I encourage people to boycott the film. And I'm going to explain why. It has nothing to do with the actual content of the film. It's more so about the person who produced the film. That's the problem. I think that we need to hold people accountable for their speech. You know, you have this man who has not only attacked black women, he's attacked black people, period. This is a man who says the black community. So my question to black people is, why support a man that doesn't support you? A man that said the black community, a man who said, where's Darren Wilson when you need him? And you all remember Darren Wilson is the man, the police officer who gunned down Michael Brown, an African-American man in Ferguson, a young man rather, you know, sparking protests, demonstrations, and rebellions in Ferguson.
I mean, this Tommy Sotomayor dude, it got so bad that his brother one day called into Tariq Nasheed's show and just lambasted him, went in on him, and called him a fraud and said that he wasn't who he said he was, and he wasn't from Panama. And it was just like a whole bunch of stuff that his brother actually went in on him, because Tommy Sotomayor used to go in on their mother and talk about the family stuff. And I told y'all guys, when you see Tommy has mental health issues. You can clearly see it. He's not operating with a full deck. He's very intelligent, but he has some issues going on. So then you had a argument brewing back and forth between him and Tariq Nasheed. And now Tommy Sotomayor was a big YouTuber. He had a large following on YouTube, but he didn't have the following that he had more followers on YouTube than Tariq Nasheed. But Tariq Nasheed was more than just a YouTuber. He would put stuff on YouTube and put his name in the title, and then you would see like people would flock in to watch him. He had the Hidden Color series, and we know that he had the Art of Mac, and he was on shows and stuff. So he had already had like some form of celebrity before he really came into YouTube, and he saw a lot of the stuff that Tommy Sotomayor was talking about, and he took umbrage with it, and he came after Tommy Sotomayor. So then Tommy Sotomayor retaliated, because at one time they were sort of cordial. Tommy Sotomayor retaliated when he went to speak on a Hidden Colors situation, Hidden Colors series, and disrespected, and all hell broke loose to the point where Tariq Nasheed lashed out and said this.
Boy, ass with my name in his mouth, mad and jealous like a disgruntled bitch. Keep slick dissing, low-key mentioning my name and all that old bull. Because I said something about him last night because people were asking. Then he made a fake, corny ether video. I didn't even see all that. When he's whining about me. Talking about what, hidden queer and all this old bullshit. One of his corny, bullshit, jive-ass roast. That fell flat. Let me tell y'all about this. One thing I don't do. I don't trick people into looking at my shows. When you look at my show, look at the Ustream. All you see is my name. I build my shit off my name. I'm not no piggybacking. When you look at this Ustream, all you see is Tariq, 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 Tariq. You see my name, and you see it's the room. There's thousands of people in the room right now. I don't con people into watching my show with fake videos, and then I slip in the video, and then brag about the YouTube hits. You dig what I'm saying? That's he bait views, and then baits people for his views, and then brags about the views he gets. That's boy shit. So if you're on the internet, you see something that says, "Hey, two hood rats fighting," you're like, "Damn, what's that? Two hood rats fighting?" You look it up, and it's his crusty, crispy. What up, everybody? It's your boy Tommy. Well, get the fuck out of here.
And then right after that, Tariq Nasheed went on a warpath, and he started just destroying Tommy Sotomayor. See, because Tommy Sotomayor used to disrespect women so much and disrespect people that disagreed with him, and he's real witty with his words and real funny. But he found out that Tariq Nasheed was a formidable opponent, and even better, Tariq Nasheed came back at him with this.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the Crispy Show, boys and girls. And today we're broadcasting live from the basement of my struggle mansion, everybody. Now, Crispy is sorry to say that I have relapsed, everybody. I am back on the narcotic.
And it got real nasty online where Tommy would be real belligerent, and they would go back and forth, and Tommy was so upset because Tommy could not get rid of Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed made a Crispy cartoon. about him. He had a whole series going on with this guy, man. I mean, he was just destroying. And Tommy Sotomayor found out that he could disrespect and say all kinds of bad things about black women, but when you talked about his skin or you talked about the things that he said and you exposed him, he got very upset. Then he went on to Vlad TV, and y'all remember when he went on to Vlad and Tariq Nasheed showed up. And he said he wanted to give him the Crispy Award. And Tommy Sotomayor was looking real scared. You know, Tariq's a big man. He was looking real scared. I mean, you know, at this point now, you had a man in front of you, and he's calling you out, and he's checking you, and he was very afraid. So it got real ugly, it got real crazy, as you can see on the show. But then we get to a point where Tommy Sotomayor, he goes to Twitter before he gets kicked off, and he says, Tariq Nasheed and Vlad have cost me millions of dollars lying on my name, and now they released the video making more money off of me showing how they lied. Academics owes me a sit down at least. The reason they did not want people to hear from me is because I was right. So, you know, with him, you know, he always caters to his audience, and he just says a whole bunch of other stuff. But I like to tell you, Tommy Sotomayor, you know, people can see you, right? You know, we can see you outside of you. You know, we hear the things that come out your mouth. We hear the hypocrisy and all the things that you do. You know that, right? So then he went back and forth. He's been going back and forth with black women for a minute because black women have been calling him out, getting his shows, his channels taken down. It's just been a whole bunch of stuff. And he went on. All I did was post a video disproving a false narrative. And this is what a black woman said to me in the comments. How is it okay for her to make these comments because she didn't like my post? And she gets the post blank. Yeah, Elon Musk deletes my account and not this Kamala Harris voter. I can't wait till they blank your ass up. So that's what she said. But what about all the things that you said about black women? Or I mean, just egregious things. I mean, I remember you went on that Kyle Harry House show and you said some egregious things about the black community. I remember down in Alabama when that man, that boy, both his grandparents were killed in that shootout, or when they burned the house down, and you made fun of the grandparents and the mom. I mean, just totally disrespected them. And guess what? Your subscribers and fans was in there laughing like it was funny. I mean, you said so many egregious, off the wall, off the chain things, man. But again, like I said, this is a character that Tommy Sotomayor plays because his brother already came up and exposed him. Because I told you on YouTube, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. You could be anybody without having to prove yourself. I mean, this man did porn for crying out loud. But he talked about the decency of black women, but he's doing porn with black women. I mean, just talk about being an enemy to your own message and get a following. Those of us over here that try to promote righteous stuff and do things with children, we can't get 5 people to watch. But a guy like him could be an enemy to his own message and get millions. So that's more of a reflection on the community that we come from. That's more, Tommy Sotomayor isn't the problem. A lot of the problem is you out there. It's you out there. It's who you give your time and energy to. But if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to Street Media TV, man. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.